Hey everybody, it's Kary Oberbrunner with my friend Dr. Pat. How you doing today, Dr. Pat?
I'm doing great, Kary.
Hey, listen, man, we had such a fantastic time yesterday, and it was unbelievable. There was so much goodness that happened, and I'm gonna bring with me. Hang with me, Dr. Pat. I think I lost you for a second, but can you still see me?
Yes, I can.
All right, we'll get Dr. Pat going here. Um, Dr. Pat, I think we lost your camera, so maybe give that a shot. But hey, guys, it's great to be with you today. And what a day yesterday. We had so many people say that they just loved the content. They loved everything that happened. And we're going to get started today with questions and answers. So we have a little technology glitch, but we're going to get it rolling here in just a moment. Pat, if you want to log out and log back in, that might work sometimes. So just go ahead, log in, log back out. Folks, we're going to talk today about food addiction, talk about sugar addiction. We're going to talk about headaches. Yesterday, we got a lot of question about menopause, okay? So we are going to answer everything. And Dr. Pat is here with me. So folks, go ahead and type in your questions. Dr. Pat, we didn't get to one of the questions yesterday, and that was that some people said that fasting was something they were kind of scared of because of lightheadedness and headaches. What do you think? Are they doing it wrong? What do you think?
Well, fasting used to be very, very popular and common, and then in the last 40 years, it fell out of favor and we quit doing it. And in the last 5 years, it has come back, and there is a lot of excitement about fasting. The reason people can get lightheaded is because your body can either run on food or run on fat.
Ooh, that's
Fat
good.
cells in your body. And if your body's not used to running on fat, it forgets how to do that. Now, the more you do it, the easier it gets and the better you feel. So I would kind of ease into it. And we in our course give you ways to ease into it. And one of the easiest ways is to just skip breakfast. Now
Yep.
you've gone from the evening before until noon the next day. That's almost a 24-hour fast. And once your body gets good at that, then you can push it a little farther. Now, if you're on a lot of medications or you've got significant health problems, you should talk to your doctor before you do that. But fasting is a tremendous tool for not just weight loss, but for all kinds of regenerative things that can occur in your body.
Yeah. Somebody says, Brenda, I fast every day until noon and have seen great benefits. So Pat, that's something that I did where, oh, we'll talk about Julie here in a moment. She's got a question, but that people ask me like, how did you lose 25 pounds in less than 8 weeks? And what I did is all according to what your plan says. That's where I learned it. But I stopped eating late into the night. Like last night, I watched the Packer game a little bit, Packers and Bears. I didn't stay up till whatever it ended. But usually the old Kary would say, hey, it's a football game. Let's have some popcorn, olive oil, make it as healthy as you can get it. But, let's eat some snacks and some food. I honestly wasn't even hungry. And you talked about that. Once you get into a fast, it resets your hormones and it's easier. Can you talk a little bit about that for people who are just starting fasting? Maybe they want to do their first 17 hours, stop it after dinner and not eat anything except drink water until noon the next day. Can you tell us like what happens physiologically?
Yeah, that's called a 17-hour fast. It's one of three simple fasts that we lay out in our plan. Uh, so what happens? Let me give you two things. There's lots of things that happen, but the hunger hormone is called ghrelin. That's that one that makes your stomach growl.
Yeah.
Well, we now know you can train that hunger hormone to be weaker And one of the best ways to make it weaker is to fast. So
Okay.
you reset it so that it doesn't bother you as much. That's one thing. You also, when you fast, reset your metabolism. You reset your metabolism higher. And one of the reasons people have trouble losing weight is because of a slow metabolism.
And doesn't that affect, like, what does age do? You know, you hear, hey, your metabolism slows down when you age. Is that true?
It doesn't have to be true. It
Interesting.
is true for most people because they don't keep their 7 systems working correctly. But there's a way to repair that and to reverse the aging process to a significant degree if you just give your body what it needs.
I love it. So we're not talking about starving yourself, but we're saying that the way Americans or other people watching us, the way we've been trained is, what does your watch say? Now it's time to eat. And we've gotten into that pattern where that's what we do. We literally wait for a time on the wall to tell us we're hungry instead of our bodies. Talk about that, Dr. Pat. What has that trend done to us as a society?
We never used to, in America, eat 6 times a day. That's just occurred over the last 50 years, and it has been very damaging to our health. So the first step I have people do as they go through my course is, all right, cut it down to 3 times a day.
6 times a day. And talk about that. So that's just because snack time, meal time. What does it mean 6 times a day?
Yeah, they eat their 3 meals, but they have a snack in between. That snack in between never used to be a routine like it is today. And then late night eating, that never used to occur. And in the middle of the night eating, that never used to occur. But a significant percentage of Americans do those things. And
Yep.
it is very damaging to your 7 systems.
Because you're never giving your body a break. It's almost like a car that just never stops. You just keep hitting the gas. And then we see people in hospitals, burnout, their body, like, what is it called? Adrenal fatigue and all this stuff?
That's correct. Yeah, that's part of a stress syndrome that can drive all kinds of different health issues. So fasting is a great tool, but I don't want people to get the idea that that's the only thing or even the main thing. There are hundreds of simple things that people can do to help each of their 7 systems function optimally. And that's what ideal health is about, getting those systems all working optimally.
Yeah. So I'll answer Brenda's question because this is like the one of a million questions I know. You can answer the other million. But I drank kombucha because, hey, on a bottle it says it's got a ton of probiotics and all this stuff. Man, I used to drink 1 to 3 a day, and those things aren't cheap either. So what I did is, Brenda, I just literally stopped drinking them except water with lemon. Not only was it easier to save money, but I'll tell you what, there's a lot of sugar in that. I mean,
That's right.
You've
got to get good at reading the label. And I've got a
yeah,
whole section in the course on helping you become a label expert. There may be some good things in there, but where is it listed in that list of ingredients? What's the main thing in there?
Yeah. And I got my water with my lemon here right now. But I had a smoothie this morning and it was fantastic. And there was some almond butter in there. I mean, we're not talking about starving yourself. We're not talking about not ever enjoying your food. In fact, you said something yesterday that I want to bring up. I actually enjoy my food more now. In other words, when I was addicted to food, I didn't even taste the food really. Talk about that. Like what happens to your taste buds if you kind of do the 7 systems plan? Well, why do people enjoy food more?
Well, there's a number of reasons, but here's what I tell people that are going through my course. If you are a food addict or a junk food addict, especially, the first week might be a little rough for you. because your body and your brain are going to go through a little bit of withdrawal.
Yeah.
But after 1 week, you will notice a difference. Everything will start to taste better and you will enjoy things more. Your body can reset. Your taste buds can reset. I've got people that hardly ever eat vegetables, and after a few weeks, they're enjoying them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. And things are sweeter now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something too that I think, let's just talk about it, man. I see people with strawberries dumping sugar on it, you know? Like, that's how messed up things are today. Not only are we, you know, we're adding more sugar ourselves to food that's already sweet just because it's not sweet enough. Like, what is that about?
Well, sugar is probably the number one culprit. And as you have learned, you can have sugar in things that are supposed to be healthy too. Though that sugar resets our brain, it decreases our pleasure receptors so that it's not as enjoyable. And what does that make us do? Add a little more, have a little more. And it's just kind of a vicious cycle driving us down, down, down. But we know through imaging studies now, your brain can be reset. You can get that back. Now, sometimes it occurs in weeks. If you're a severe addict, sometimes it takes months. But you can get so that things taste better. But beyond that, it's life is more pleasurable.
That's right.
Everything will seem better and be better for you when you
Yeah.
get your neurotransmitters working for you.
Yeah, it's almost like that one commercial, I forget what it is, but it's like an allergy commercial where you're looking at the screen and you think it looks clear, but then they pull it back and it looks even more clear. When you get your 7 systems working for you, you don't realize how dark the world was, or maybe how much of a film there was. And I'm not talking about a literal film, but just even a cloud, even a fog. I love what Rochelle says. She dropped 18 pounds since May. She's a writer. She's in the UK. She's feeling lighter and healthier. The 7 systems plan is not just all about fasting. In fact, one of our people just weighed in and said that she can't fast. She's the one who commented that she's too thin and she might be, you know, a little bit frail even, and she needs to gain weight. I love that picture of the grandmother yesterday who's flexing, you know. She gained muscle. What does the 7 systems plan do for muscle? What about that?
Your muscle is one of the most important indicators of your length of life and your vitality in life. In fact, if you can just check one thing, if I can just do one test on you to see how long you're going to live, I'll check your muscle mass. It's an extremely important indicator of your life expectancy. So you need to regain that if you've lost it. And there are some simple things you can do. What you put into your mouth is extremely important, but we cover muscle mass in chapter 4 to a significant degree. You can gain up to 87% more strength in just 8 weeks doing a simple routine. And I try to make it as simple as I can.
Wow.
People can jump into it and keep with that routine, feed their body what it needs, and gain muscle. And I monitor people's muscle in my office, and I like seeing that go up. And we see some people have tremendous muscle gain.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. So, folks, I want you to weigh in with any other questions. Now's your chance. We'll answer one of the questions here, Sherry and then Terry. But, folks, I'd love to hear if you were able to join us yesterday. And also, if you need to join us, I'm going to pop in that link because it was a great masterclass yesterday. I learned a ton. And I just want to tell people, like, why am I getting excited about this? I'll tell you why. Because my whole life I've wanted to ignite souls. And that's my passion. And I believe that in order to do that, you need to know who you are, why you're here, and where you're going. your identity, your purpose, and your direction. But even knowing those things, even having clarity about those things, if you're in a body that is always tired, or if you're in a body that can never sleep the right way, or is not processing food the right way, it's going to be tough to be a soul on fire. And so that's why I not only wanted to get this fixed for myself, because I just noticed, Dr. Pat, an over dependency on food. Like, of course we need food. It's amazing. But like most things in life, we can abuse it. And that had become almost like this subconscious stress crutch for me that I wasn't even aware of until I started fasting for a couple of our clients. And I couldn't do it. I could do it, but it was very difficult. And I said, I got to fix this thing. So Jamie said that Jamie just finished watching the replay. Awesome. Here's the replay. Let's go to Sherry's question and then Terry. And folks, tag somebody who needs to see this right now. They will get notified. I would encourage you to share this post. Dr. Pat has a ton to offer people. And I know that for a fact. Who was #1 on Amazon yesterday?
My book was.
So that's the point. This is resonating with people, folks. And there's a surge of people saying, you know what, I'm not going to just keep believing the lies that whatever the world wants to put in front of me has to go into my body. I mean, Dr. Pat, I'm very strict about what goes into my mind. You know, I don't want to be around poverty mindset. I don't want to be around scarcity mindset. I don't want to be around fear, this phobia that the world offers so much. I'm very vigilant about what goes into my mind. Why wouldn't I also be vigilant about what goes into my body? I mean, it all relates.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
So some people probably want to join the course, and we're getting some questions. Our team is about that. We're going to be starting as a team on Monday. So KaryOberbrunner.com/health. And I'm going to be going through it. And for the next 60 days, we're going to just get a bunch of people to go through it together, keep each other accountable, and have this amazing accountability. Already today in the tribe, I said, why did you join? And people are starting to post in there why they're joining. And some people want to lose weight. Some people want to get off medicine. Some people want to be better at relationships, and food affects that. So let's go to 2 questions here. One of them is that it's this Australian thing. Have you ever heard of this? There is a diet that was recommended by digestive disease physician called the FOD MAP. Do you know anything about that?
I am not familiar with that. Okay. There's a lot of good information out there, and I think people should check things out. The problem I have with most of these plans, as we mentioned yesterday in the webinar, is that they address one system.
That's right.
They're addressing your digestive system.
Yep.
That's huge. It's the second most important system in your body, but you've got 7 systems that need to be optimized.
Yep.
And in the 7 systems plan, that is our secret. We help optimize each of the 7 systems.
And folks, this is so important. Think about a car for a moment. You can have the latest, greatest car. It can be fueled up right. It can have the right oil change that just happened. But if the battery's disconnected, it goes nowhere. And that's what Dr. Pat's saying. You can have 6 of the systems raring to go, but if that one system's out of whack, it's going to affect the entire body. Here's another one. I know we're talking about fasting again, and that's not the only thing the book's about. It's just one of the things that spoke to me because that was my problem. But Terry says, if I normally do not eat in the morning, I get lightheaded. Is there anything Terry can do to avoid lightheadedness, or is this a result of one of her other systems not being optimized?
Yeah, I want to know, I don't want to get into it, but medications can be an issue. blood sugar can be an issue. If your blood sugar is low, that's usually the main indicator or thing that can cause that. Your blood pressure can be low, causing that. And you can creep into this 17-hour fast. So, all right, you can't go 17 hours, we'll go 20, and then go 19 and 18, and kind of get to the point where you can go longer.
Yep.
If you're in reasonably good health, not on a lot of medications, everybody can get to where they're doing this. If you have problems, check with your physician.
Awesome. What is Julie talks about? Will this program help me with my? And then you got I don't even know what that is.
Sorry, I can't see the comments.
Hashimoto disease.
Hashimoto's
disease.
Yeah, that's an autoimmune disease. Your body, your defense system is over functioning and attacking your thyroid gland.
Wow.
So autoimmune diseases are a serious problem and they need to be treated, and you're never going to correct them until you get your gut functioning correctly.
Wow.
In the webinar, we got some information on this, and if you haven't seen that, you should check it out, because I show you that 70% of your digestive system is in your gut. Mm-hmm. So I always start there with Hashimoto's or rheumatoid or any kind of autoimmune disease.
Wow. There hasn't been an issue that I brought up to Dr. Pat that he hasn't known about. So just like I try to study everything about leadership, personal growth, writing, publishing, I mean, that's my specialty. When I don't know something, I go to the expert. I go to the person who knows what the issue is. And folks, that's what we do in life. I have people all day long signing up for my author programs, my publishing programs, my productivity, my leadership, because that's what I know. That's what I study. But I did not know food addiction. I did not know fasting. I did not know proper health. And then we assume that we're just going to grow into that knowledge somehow by watching. Remember the food groups, that whole crazy food pyramid thing? I've heard a lot of controversy on that. But that's a pretty messed up thing that was motivated, some people say, by money. But that's what we learned. That's what we learned in school. What's up? What's wrong with that problem?
Well, the food pyramid is that the government has put out has grains and carbs as the base of it.
Wow.
And that should have a very small part in the pyramid instead of being the whole base. So there's no science behind that. It is money driven, and it has caused a lot of damage in America because people have followed that. Schools have followed that, and it has led to the kind of health that we have in America.
Yeah.
So we have the correct pyramid in our book. I give a food plan, I give a shopping list, I tell you exactly what to eat from each groups, and make it as simple as I can.
And like I said yesterday in the training, I'm not that concerned about money, but it's saving money. I used to go into grocery stores and buy healthy food, but a ton of it, and just because I was always eating. And now I feel better. I feel faster. My friends just got back from France. They're really into cycling, biking, and I didn't go with them to France this time. But they said that over in Europe, and I was just in the UK in October, there's a different consciousness about health. People look different. People treat food different. There's a mindset. They seem healthier. They walk more. They bike more. They're not so stressed. Where if you're on the road cycling today and someone has to go by you, they're angry. They almost hit you. But in Europe, they're just like, chill. What do you think is the problem, Pat? I mean, how is America stress and bad eating contributing to the shortness of life? Because that's what we're here talking about today, the quality of life.
Well, we have been brainwashed in America by companies to purchase their products and use their products And they have engineered them to make you become addicted to them. So
Wow.
once you develop that addiction, you buy more and more and more of their products, and it drives you deeper into that addiction path. And we need to break it. So not getting into that like the Europeans have, that's the best way. But if you have, you need to find a way out.
Yeah. And I read your book and did your plan, but some of that is the added sweetness, the added saltiness. They're actually adding ingredients that make you more addicted to the product.
That's right.
And that's, I mean, they don't hide that. We'll close with this, folks. But Sue asks a great question. She always heard, like me, like everybody, that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And I shared yesterday in the training that I used to eat all the time before I worked out, because I thought you better not work out on an empty stomach. And what I've learned is that my energy was focusing on the digestion during the workout. I didn't have as good of a workout, but I also didn't lose weight. So now I literally work out on an empty stomach. But talk to us, Dr. Pat, about that.
I'll cover this in detail in the course. In the book, I mention it a little bit, but studies show you need to restrict the hours that you eat in a day in some way. So if we shorten that window, now if you want to eat early, that's fine. Or if you want to eat a little later in the day, that's fine, but you can't eat early and late. Tremendous health benefits come when you shorten that window so your body fasts for a longer period of time. When you don't have food coming, just think of this, Kary. If you didn't have to go shopping, you didn't have to prepare food, you didn't have to clean up after the food, you didn't have to stock your pantry and all of that, how much extra time would you have to write books and do other things?
That's right.
So your body needs that repair and recuperative time, and that doesn't occur if you're putting food in there all the time.
Yeah, you're overworking your body. And like I shared yesterday, I had got my body, because of surgery, shoulder surgery, I got used to waking up in the middle of the night, and I was up and I was working, so I just ate as well. So not only was I eating all hours of the day, but the night as well. And my sleep was disruptive. And now I sleep through the night, as opposed to chemically waking up subconsciously saying, oh my gosh, you know, you're up, you got to eat more. So folks, this has been a real life changer for me. I love what Dorothy has done. She's tagged people. She says, check this out. Folks, that's what listen, we're not against, you know, we're not conspiracy people. We're not, you know, trying to change the world in the terms of like taking down cereal companies. I mean, none of that. This is legitimately saying you only get one body. You are very concerned about what you put in your car. You don't put, you know, chocolate milk. You don't put rocks in your car and expect it to run. You put in the best fuel. And you cannot be a high performer if you're not fueling your body the right way. So this has affected my bottom line, Dr. Pat. As I'm showing up better for my family, my clients, I'm getting more done and having more rest and the ability to have then more exercise. I mean, it's all cyclical. So I want to give Pat the last word, but before that, let me just say, join us, okay? We are doing a very special Sunday night fireside chat where it's going to be your video, our video. We're going to talk to the people who want to be on that. We're doing this course together. There's a whole tribe doing this course together. We're going to keep each other accountable, and we're going to make it happen. So Dr. Pat, last word for somebody who's maybe on the fence and say, oh my gosh, this sounds right. My eyes are being opened. What would you tell them? I know you put 100% satisfaction guarantee on the program.
I'd encourage people, if they haven't watched the webinar, to do that. I get into much more detail about what I do and how it works there. And I'll say that if you don't have your health, what do you have?
Mm.
Everything goes away if you lose your health. So people need to make their health a priority, because it does give you the ability to do for your family and your business and your church the things that you want to do. And those things occur when you optimize the function of your 7 systems. When you do that, amazing things happen. You saw the stories that I shared. I've got hundreds of stories. I love helping people have those amazing health transformations. It's my passion in life. I just want to see more and more people regain that youthful body that they used to have.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about how now a missionary that you helped is healthier and now has many more years on the mission field helping people with the gospel. And so this is why we're doing this, folks. There is a reason why a quality of life extended will make the world a better place. So here's the replay. It's free. Watch it. So encouraging, so informative. Here's the link. Right now it's $100 off to join the course. And we're starting. Monday we're starting. And there's I'm in it. Family members of mine are in it. People all over the world are in it. So I believe in it, folks. Thank you for being here, Dr. Pat. And I know we got a private fireside chat on Sunday night where we're going to help anybody who's still on the fence. But you showed a picture yesterday of a dude who is thinking about the diet, and then what he looked like 90 days later, and he looked the exact same way. Unless we take action, nothing changes. Thanks for being here today, folks. Tag somebody who needs to see this. Share it. We'll see you later.
Thank you.